I am Scott from We Forgot, and today I am writing and doing a bunch of other stuff. I just felt a little bit not like I wanted to do what I had set out to do yesterday, which was writing about mindfulness. I felt like I was getting a little bit stale with some of my practices, and I just wasn't feeling as inspired. I came up with a few different concepts of mindfulness that I wanted to write about, and none of them really pushed me to feel super inspired to write about them. So in the end, I ended up sleeping on it, and I didn't write. I even recorded a video yesterday and wrote down some stuff, and I was like, no, this isn't what I want. So in the end, what I decided that I sort of wanted to do, or what I realized that I was needing to do, was I needed to change stuff up a little bit. Because, again, when we sort of get into embodying and making certain new habits automatic, it's really easy for us to sort of have those things, once they become automatic, us not have to necessarily use the same processing power to think about those things. So me writing every day, I don't have to think about that as much the more that I do it, which is great, but it also leaves open a lot more processing power for me to do other things. So this comes into that whole top-down, bottom-up idea. When I'm first learning how to do something, when I'm first trying to get a new habit formed or a new behavior formed, I have to put a lot of effort into it. And some scientists have looked at this, and they've seen that on average, in certain studies, that it takes somebody 66 days before they make a new habit something that's really embodied and becomes something that is them. And it's really interesting because, in Sanskrit mantras and in other practices, there's this concept of 40 days. And so in mantra practices, it's recommended that you practice a mantra for 40 days. And after you've practiced it for 40 days, it becomes something that you don't need to say it as often, and you can maybe say it whispering. You don't need to put as much power into it. So this thing that you were having to use a lot of top-down energy, a lot of will, a lot of executive function in front of your brain, you had to will yourself to repeat this word over and over and over again. And as that mantra becomes more and more used, you are able to evoke that same energy, that same feeling, with much less energy. And you're able to just think of the word, or you're able to whisper the word and still feel almost as if you were really chanting it out loud, because you know, and your body knows the way that it feels. And so it becomes more of a bottom-up action, where I don't even personally, when I do some of these mantras, even think about them, which is good. But again, once these things become automatic, you don't think about them anymore, and so it leaves open space to think about other things, for your mind to wander, for your mind to ruminate. So it's really important that as you notice you gaining these new abilities, that you change it up enough that it's just new enough that you keeps you on your guard. Basically, that going a new way to work. So today I decided to try a new mantra, and that has been very helpful. It made it so that I just felt this new inspiration, basically, again. Anyway, I hope that everybody's having a wonderful day, and yeah, this is the day after my actual Monday post, so I'm going to be writing a little bit of music next. So there we are. I'm going to be doing it a little differently, because I'm bored with it being the same. Anyway, what can you do a little bit differently today that you've been doing the same way? Sending out love.